who feels that you cannot scale anymore, in other words, that you are stuck small, then this training is for you. So welcome. So by the way, I'm in Ireland right now in my office, and it's usually dark and gray outside. And the moment I go live, every single time without fail, sun comes out. So that's why I look the way I look. But you can live with it. Yes. So yes. So we are going to talk about upgrading your clients, because if you have clients who negotiate every single, you negotiate you down like every single rate, question every single quote that you give them. If they ask you for more work without additional or more pay, maybe then it's time to upgrade your clients, because they have gotten you to 100K, maybe 150, 200K, but they're not the clients that get you to the next level. All right. So if that is you, then stick with me for the next few minutes, and I will give you some strategies that you can implement right now in order to change your marketing, change your messaging, and get inside, find the people that you want to attract and get into the heads, and communicate in a way that they feel that you hear them, that you understand them, and they will be delighted to work with you and pay you premium rates. Okay, so that's what this training is all about. Most people can scale or are stuck small because they make three mistakes. Number one, they are too broad in their marketing. Okay, so they market to entrepreneurs, or they say that they help female entrepreneurs. That is not a niche. That is a demographic, right? A niche is female entrepreneurs in cyberspace. Or if you wanted to even niche it down further, a niche, wherever you are in the world, niche and niche both go. It's about female entrepreneurs in cyberspace who work for the defense industry. Okay. Um, so the more you niche down, the more concrete you become, and the more your message will resonate with the right people who are willing to engage with you and pay um, premium rates. Second mistake is because most people don't want to niche that far down. Why? Because they are afraid that they miss out on people, yes, on opportunities, that some of the people that could help them, that they could help, will not be reached because of their concrete, streamlined messaging. So nothing could be further from the truth. Well, yeah, you don't reach them, but you also will not reach the people that will pay you premium rates. All right. So don't stop thinking about demographics. Thinking about niching and be very, very concrete who you're communicating with. Second mistake that people make is, or coaches and business coaches and consultants make, is that they don't want to offend anybody. They want to be nice to everyone. And that doesn't work, right? If you niche down, people have very specific ideas how the world should be and it shouldn't be, and if they don't hear you repeat that, you're not communicating properly, and we're not going to reach them as well. I don't know about you, but right now the market is very saturated. Yes, so there are a lot of coaches, business coaches, a lot of consultants out there with very similar products, very similar messaging, and there's a lot of shouting out there. And you have two options. You can either try to shout louder, and then you are like that, like in a circus, gonna sell like, with the belly thing. I don't know what it's called, but where you buy popcorn, or you can whisper into their ears. Yes, and you can be in their heads. I don't know about you, but sometimes I read an article, read a post, and I read it, and I'm like, did this person be at was that person at my last meeting? They're in my head, and it's freaky, but I also enjoy it, right? And I keep on reading, and then I would like to know more. I want you to be that person. Stop shouting. The moment you shout, you will just you're already setting yourself up for discounting yourself. All right, so whisper in their ears. Yes, whisper and be in their head and speak to them in their language. See the world in their words through their eyes. Um, Third mistake that consultants and business coaches make is they believe that, and when I look at who's connected with me and who communicates with me, there are so many smart people out there, and they can help a variety of people with a variety of problems, and they're very inclined to do so. The ability to say no and to say, no, that's not my niche, that's not who I'm serving, is super crucial. So what I want you to what I share with you today, and what I want you to do is be very super skinny in terms of how you niche, who you talk to, and talk to the right people. Stop shouting, whisper in people's ears. All right. So when we talk about niching, there are two elements, like two big environments that we need to manage. One is the market. Okay, the market is basically is who do we help, and who's the person that we're going to talk to. So again, I said that earlier, if you market to female entrepreneurs, nobody goes to a barbecue and when they get asked, "What do you do?" Nobody introduces themselves as "I'm a female entrepreneur." I'm an entrepreneur. By the way, the people that call themselves entrepreneur are the wannabes, right? So the really successful entrepreneurs, they will tell you exactly what they do, what industry they are in, what the activity is that they're doing, what kind of help they provide, and to whom. Okay, don't be a wannabe, right? So we are talking to the real entrepreneurs. Yes. The second area is the message. So the message needs to overlap with the market. Yes. And when the message overlaps with the market, that space in between, that's the niche. Okay. And a message basically contains two elements. How do you help? With what do you help, rather? And what is the concrete problem that you are having? And the more you can niche down the problem, the better. Yes, I can help. You can help people maybe with cash flow, or with technology optimization, or with their mindset. Yes, but what's the concrete outcome that you are the specialist of? Think about an example would be you have shoulder surgery, and would you go to the best shoulder surgeon in town, or would you go to the family doctor who tells you, you know what, Andrew, it's not I've never done this before, but I know how to do like an appendix, I don't know. And so I can try this. It will give you a great deal of discomfort. You rather go to the specialist and you pay them more. Okay. So be the surgeon. Okay. Be the shoulder surgeon. Um, so so now that we have that out of the way, now let's go into the mindset. The people that pay you lower amounts, the people that negotiate with you, the people that are never really satisfied with what they're getting, the people that want more of you than you're already giving, the people that need a payment plan, or a break, or the people that halfway into your program want to pause it. These are the people that are either desperate or are struggling one way or the other, or maybe even slipping. Okay, so and that's a good demographic. No, that's a good group of people to sell to, because these are the people that need quick solutions, right? So they need the get your first clients in them by the end of the week, get your increase your revenue by double your revenue by the next quarter or so, right? That would even be too much, but make your first 10K in the next month, these kind of things, right? So that's the help that they need. And if you're the person who can provide that to them, awesome, right? And how these people think is in terms of two things. What is it that they do not have? What pain is that causing them? And if they cannot alleviate that pain, what are the nightmares that result from that, right? So, and nightmares are envisioned. Most of this hasn't happened yet, but they cannot sleep at night because if I don't solve that problem, I'm going to die. I'm going to live on the street. I'm going to get divorced. I don't know. I'm going to close down my company. So they are very, very. They have a scarcity thinking as well. right? So they are not the ones who would spend a lot of money on you, on your services, because that's just not the way they think. These are the ones that haggle, right? So then you have people that are either stable or they're winning and thriving. They typically think differently. They think in terms of what they want and in terms of what should be coming into their lives. And if it came into their lives, what would that mean for their lifestyle, right? So what changes would that make to them, to their families, to their employees, to their team, their companies, their well-being, their health, their clients. Okay, so they have a growth mindset, and because they're winning and thriving, they are the ones who will pay you top dollars um, when you can help them. Just give me one more idea here that's very important, because the people that are on top of that hierarchy and the one that are struggling and desperate, there's a very different mentality in terms of how to solve problems. So when most people, they spend time to save some money or to make money. And when they start their companies or their new work or job or whatever, they are thriving for a moment and then they get stuck. And in their head, they're thinking, how can I solve the problem? That's when they come to your free webinars, when they download your free opt-ins, when they read your blog, when they maybe come to your workshops in person, because they want to learn, they absorb, they read, they watch videos on YouTube and all the resources that they can find, and then they try to implement themselves because again they have a scarcity mindset and they'd like to do it themselves. They like to do it in a way that they don't have to spend money. um, and then what happens, instead of continuing to grow, they realize it's difficult, right? There's things that I know that I didn't know I didn't know. And it takes a lot of time to figure it out. There are mistakes, things can go wrong and so on. And then they start plateauing, if not even slipping down further. The second group of people, they spend money to save time. So instead of thinking, how can I solve the problem? They're thinking in terms of who can solve that problem for me. And what I want you to be, is that to be that go-to person that they feel can be the who helps them make that progress. By the way, if that is you, that's my advice to you as well. Stop thinking about how you can solve a problem. Think about who can help you get those results faster. If you're a coach, business coach, or consultant, you provide those services. If you don't believe in that service yourself, then we got to talk. All right. Okay. So um, uh, what I want to leave you with is the idea that if you want to communicate to the people that are thinking in terms of aspirations, you cannot base your marketing on pain, right? So people that are aspirational, do they have the pain? Are they aware of the pains and the problems in their companies and their organizations and their lives? Yes. Yeah, but they solve it differently, right? They solve it by being focused on the solution. They know that where the mind goes, energy flows. So instead of thinking, where are my notes here? Let me by the way, I have a worksheet for that I'd be happy to share with you if you let me know. I'd be able to give you all the instructions, the full training for that, and the video as well as the worksheets. Um, right now, I'm just using it as my notes. But for example, the people below, like we call it the red line, right? So below that red line, the people that have a scarcity mindset, or the prospects and clients that have a scarcity mindset, they in my business, for example, would be a lot of consultants when they reach $150,000 in revenue. They typically achieve that with one dominant client. And so one night they wake up and they feel, oh, if that client never leaves me, I'm going to die. My company will go down. Most of my revenue will disappear. And so they easily get overwhelmed. And now they're trying to figure out how to sell more, right? and that's going to be difficult. They're going to be difficult because they need to sell and they need to deliver, and when they deliver, they don't sell, and they sell, they don't deliver, and that causes all kind of anxieties, right? The people with a growth mindset, they think differently. They don't think in terms of, hey, I only have one client that I'm exposed yeah, exposed to potentially. I need multiple clients. What can I do to get multiple clients? Uh, who can I engage? Who can I hire? Who can do this for me? Do you see the difference? Same problem, different mindsets, and different uh, hunger and appetite to spend money. Um, Salesforce is up and overwhelmed. They're not thinking that, yeah, they're aware of that, but the main question they ask themselves is, how can I enjoy my life more? Right? So what do I need to do? And if I could enjoy my life more, what needs to come in? Who needs to come in? And so that I have financial independence and freedom. Whereas again, people below the line, they think, hey, now if I'm dependent on that one client and that one client leaves, um, yeah, I'm going to be out of business. I'm going to live on the street and be, I don't know, banned forever from what uh, or scarred forever. So here's my challenge to you. What I want you to do is in the next week, just try this out and figure out, like write it down. I have two columns. On the left column, you write down everything that your dream clients want, and on the right side, everything that they aspire to, right? So what are the concrete things that they want, and what does that mean for them in their lives? And then every single post, every single marketing message, every single post, every single comment, every single video that you produce, just be aspirational for a week, right? And when it works, um, let me know. I'd be happy to give you a full training and all of the worksheets. One of the worksheets I want you to have, let me know if you need it, is once you've done this and you posted it, I would also want you to verify with your community, with your clients, with existing clients, with prospects in the groups that you're in, what the aspirations are and the wants. And for that, I have an interview worksheet with 7 questions, 8 questions that you can ask people, so that you hear from them in their words, in their exact words, how where they are in their head. And when you get their worksheets, I don't want you to email it to people because you don't want them to write it, because like when we write things, we edit them, and then you will not get out of their head how they talk to their like in real life. You want to get out of them how they would talk to their best friend over a cup of coffee at Starbucks, right? That's the messaging that we're going to use in order to be able to whisper in their heads and be there. All right. So that's one. Second, write down everything that they're saying, learn from them, and when you go through this exercise, also do not, under any circumstance, use that as an opportunity to sell, because you really would like them to be at ease and give you, their words, their view of the world through their eyes, in their words, in a relaxed atmosphere, and not being guarded, thinking, when is the person going to pitch? Okay. For example, when I do this, or my lawless consultants do it, they would give the person that they're interviewing like a $10 gift card, like Starbucks card, right? Most interviewees will actually decline that because they're happy to help. Okay. If you want a copy of that worksheet, then let me know. Put this in the comments. Send me a DM, contact me otherwise, email if you're already on my email list, and I'd be happy to let you know how you can get access. All right. Hope that was helpful, and do it. Be aspirational for a week. Just post whatever you feel is appropriate to your clients. Interview some prospects, existing clients that fit the mold already, and I'd like to hear what you came up with. Share it with me here also. Okay. Bye.